Hi. I'm really happy to be here. I just wanted to say thank you to Bloodaxe and NCLA for choosing me as one of the prize winners and putting on this wonderful event. I think I've been pretty vocal about how life-changing this has been. And I think it's amazing that we can all come together for a night of poetry that is inherent to our heritage, particularly as there's so much fear and uncertainty in the world right now. And I think it's only fitting that I've got a whole cohort of my nearest and dearest in the front row that I read from the first section in the collection, which is called For You, For You. And the first poem in this section is called Muse. I'm overpowered by desire, and it's all Aphrodite's fault. Sappho, translated by Josephine Balmer. From my bedroom window, I turn to standing stone, solidifying the image like a painter or a thief. I watch you step off into blackness, study your hands gloved, fluorescent, busying the wheel, feeling along its scuffed teeth, then pausing, where the fingers know what they know, used to probing the skins of peaches. Inside the dark which dares to call itself morning, I catch your almond head, asphyxiated by its surgical mask. Then off you go, helmeted, camouflaged, except for the bike light blinking off on, off on, off on, pulsing out of the depths like plasma, and the formation of your profile gone soon after, swallowed up by the street's unlatched jaw. I hope that you are warm. My dressing gown still preserves your shape. And from our bed, as I fold in on myself, outside glints saffron yellow, lit by electrical sentries. A caged thing freed. Your mouth slips out a sound of the world dying and reborn again, an utterance of expanding space, time, sound flinging out of your warm fleshy mouth, out from your pink oyster mushroom lips, and for a second, with your back burning white in the afternoon sun, you become an Arctic fox rolled over a damp, mossy log. Your poor hands dressed in skin stretch along my many grooves like a spill, round red knuckles flushing pale at the grip. The unfathomable patience we commit to prolong this shared annihilation, to remain inside the brink. I will take my time with you. Trace your temples, your chest, every palm crease, the constellation formed inside your spine's bow, the cool flint of your ankles. Through an open window, in the sun's fullness, a wasp sneaks in, dusting shadows over your nose bridge while our bed sheets knot themselves up. Here, I can hear your animal heart. Bang, bang, boom. Naturalist. I check if my head is still attached to my neck, if my heart still beats, if any teeth have let go, unfastened from sockets ground to powder, fusion of rapture and ache in equal measure. First comes sting, bliss soon after, eyes roaming the cryptic dark of a just surfaced fantasy. Below, Genuine's pony mounts the subwoofer, chip shop vinegar cartwheels up the stairs. I feel like I've been initiated into new territories, like I could dip my fingers in the odd blotch staining the mattress and paint myself with it, bound through the village a howling thing. A robin chimes outside. I see her bright red breast, the thumping heart of a young, naked ash tree. Kitchen. This is only the second visit. The air hums of garlic, crushed and stewed in butter, and my taste buds twitch to taste it. Muscle memory. My small tongue salivates, coated in phantom broth. Sade wafts over wailing cats, a cricket bat whacked across blurs of ant heads. We're making jelly now. As I separate the juicy cubes, ripe with cow fat and pineapple, her little Bo Peep figurine shoots me this look, crook raised, to remind me how alien I am. Shapeshift. My mother's brown lifelines track across the sand of her palms, languidly joining like barking gulls in the place where secrets are formed or the wind speaks. There's a face, a woman's, a graveyard of trees or nipples pointing to Hades, dozing her stomach like roasted papayas, and a map with clear rivers, their shells softly turning, just to feel the sun close. This place is ancient as comb jelly, where the spawning ground dances with ideas in new combinations. A waltz for morning, snaking hips at war or the mambo in love. Excavate the clag, the clart, make a bright star from stone and from the mountains and the moors. Push yourself into the valley of ghosts. It's like the moon cracking herself open. It's like jiving bees. A woman in the shape of a beast in the shape of a woman. Dreams of home. Bare bottles of tonic wine line the windowsill. Goes down too damn easy, he says, like medicine, his voice lagging, thickening to cherry syrup. Homesickness is a symptom of displacement, separation, a meditation on our foundations. Ah, Jamaica. He travels there in a boat of smoke. Me soon come, me soon come. Figures or spirits swim throughout the brain grey of his eyelids, where everything is in a state of becoming. And when my grandfather, the innate sailor, reaches the shore, he moors himself to a small black sun. Souls break open among ripened mangoes and black-billed parrots, the root aroma of yams shucked back, disclosing all that yellow flesh. Still, Jamaica pains him like a new bruise pressed. And over there, on glaring white sand, his young love picking out her dreadlocks with a limestone comb. He roams barefoot, reaches an ackee tree budding golden rings and reams of trawl net baked into bones. Jar, free my skin, free my mind, my body. Below a colossal canopy of yellow, black, and green, a boy with my grandfather's face sleeps soundly, harvesting mislaid memories like queen conch pearls. The next poem I'm going to read is for my friend Aaron Bowman, who I sadly lost way too young. So this is dedicated to him, and it's called Ghost. Behind a car window soupy with breath and chill, a gilded-haired boy man is doubled over. In prayer or pain, it's hard to tell. Through the veil, his expression matches one of God's only son. Drooping head and eyelids padlocked, mouth open slightly as if he's bound to speak in the gift of tongues or rap along to Kendrick's new album, articulating lyrical melodies in blistering speed, full throttle in his seat. Anyone in their right mind could easily confuse that boy for the radio. Scores of memories sat on the passenger side. Kano, J-Hus, Bugsy Malone tearing the speaker wide. Driving village roads and going nowhere in particular. Sun squinting at the fat face of your watch. Another dedication, actually. The next poem I'm going to read is called Scuffing, and it's kind of giving testament to one of my mum's memories. So I would like to dedicate that to you, Mum. I picture my mother at 11 years old, bow-legged, pint-sized, confined in her uniform, eyes weary even then, pulled in at the corners, cast in hickory flecked with gold, the same shade Diana Ross and the Supremes wore on the cover of Cream of the Crop, shook those hips in. Gappy teeth, freckled cheeks, walking home from school, dragging new clerks against Salmagundi brick, their leather-cracked cry trailing behind, like the music of a cabasa made from gourd, like bay leaves laughing, rice and peas boiling. I see her enjoying the scuffing, reveling in its wrongness, the desecration of shoes so dismally British, so hideous, mouth flung open to the sky, armed to the back teeth with glee and remembering. That pot of kiwi black polish under the sink, that will slide over the scuff like shea butter. I see her playing out the trouble she'd be in, hearing it, like an echo in an aluminium can. Great Nanny's voice rearing up over the ruins, the crime scene, then simmering down to a tiny puff of steam because she's 11, grown, a god. The gift. We take the passing of confectionery very seriously in my family. Mum eats rock slow, slow. She twists bows of plastic, won't rush to unwrap it, pushes out the rock's white tattooed head and works at it like a whetstone. Her mouth drones, the sound of gratitude, of memories plunging in. First time away, hands rummaging through a crate of crab toys and shape-shifting fish magnets, stopping stock still at multitudes of candied rock, almost violent in their prismatic pigments, grinning in pristine rows. A 50p burning in her palm like a glob of molten rock as she makes her choice of aniseed and cherry. In our lineage, we were destined for sweetness, a verb hiding in the mouth of an oyster. I kissed the stick of rock twice before posting it. A young seagull called out for its mother. And the last poem I'm going to read, which is entitled Last Shift at St. Wynn's. I know Neil touched on it a little bit, but I spent a lot of time working in the healthcare sector, and this was kind of a reflection on that last shift. You laugh as I hold out my hands, my blue plastic-wrapped fingers, and try a few aimless notes, vows bouncing all around us, a mirage of floating faces reflected in white tile. You look over me with your small, ripe eyes, those ruinous black pupils, creased lids pulsing like you're trying to say something. I'm listening, but I'm still unable to decode the message. And you cup your wilting hands into ramekins, one for each of us, as if to say, I know you see me. I see you too. Thank you.